Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, Gun Breakdown, a beginner's guide. I'm Jonathan, and today we're going over a new series. We're going over the Beretta series. Specifically, we are going to be talking about the Beretta 92 FS and how to field strip your pistol. And yeah, all right, let's get right into it. All right, so Beretta is super neat. They disassemble pretty much the same way. Almost all the pistols disassemble the same way that I'm aware of. And they're really easy to take apart. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to point this weapon in a safe direction, clear it of any source of ammunition, so there's no magazine inserted. Now we're going to rack or slide back to the rear and lock it in place with the slide lock bar or slide release bar, depending on what you want to call it. We see that as we do a physical and visual inspection of the chamber. We see that it's clear. I can feel that it's clear, and we can go ahead and we can leave this rack to the rear. So there's this little button right here. I don't know if you can see that I'm pushing on it. It's this little button right here. You're going to push that, and then you are going to flip this lever down 90 degrees, and that will release. And when you let this go, that will release the slide, and then that will come right off. So now you can set this apart. And also with Beretta, so if this does fall out, that's okay. We can take it apart and put it back together. There's a little spring that sits on the inside right here. Let's see if we can see if I can do that for you guys really quick, so you can see what it looks like. There we go. Okay, and then now this is going to come out along with the spring. You see that right there? And that just sits inside of this little hole right there. And if that falls out, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Just you really want to make sure you don't lose that spring. It comes off very easily. Yep. See, just like that. We'll go ahead and put this back together. And there's a little hole right here that the spring sits inside of as well. So, yep, right there to your right. So we'll go ahead and set that in there. Okay. And we're going to keep some pressure on this. And now we're going to grab our slide lock lever. And we're going to put that back into place, just like that. That's in case you rotate it too far, or if you pull it out or something like that happens and it falls out and you think, oh no, what do I do? That's what you do as far as the breakdown on the trigger housing group goes. So now we can set that to the side and we can move on to the guide rod and spring. So we're going to pull this off. And this does come apart into two pieces. You have the guide rod and the spring itself. It is only one spring. It's not two, so you don't have to worry about multiple. And it just slides right on, doesn't matter what side. We can set that down. Next is going to be our barrel. So my barrel is threaded, so if yours isn't, that's fine. That's not a big deal. This still pops off just like that. And now I will say I don't know what this piece is called, unfortunately, but I do know that it does come apart. And it's kind of a pain. It's kind of a pain to take on and off. All right, just 1 second. Okay, and now that this piece is off, if yours does happen to fall off, this is also super easy. It is a little bit. It's not too hard to put back on. It's just kind of you got to find a little trick to it, getting it put back together and guiding the spot in and making sure the pin isn't pushed all the way through. Because if this pin is pushed through all the way, you're not going to be able to slide that on. So we're going to keep that to the rear. And so we're going to come at this from the side. All right, in just 1 second. And like magic, we got to put it back on. Okay. So now that this is put back on, we have completely disassembled and reassembled. We have completely disassembled our Beretta 92 FS. And now we're going to go ahead and reassemble it. So we're going to take our slide and we're going to drop this end, make sure that this end, this piece is facing down, not up. And we're going to go ahead and drop this into the hole right here. And there's two little slits here on either side for this piece to fall right into. Okay, and now that that's done, we can go ahead and we can grab our guide rod and our spring, and we can fit this into the hole that's right here. And you want to make sure when you're putting on your guide rod, you want to make sure you put it into this this little U-shaped piece right here. It's a little bit hard to tell on my camera angle, but you want to make sure you put it in right there. Whoops. All right. Sorry about that. Make sure you keep good pressure on it or you're going to launch that spring across the room just like I did. All right. And now that we have that on there, we're going to go ahead and line up these grooves and these notches, and we're going to slide this back on. And then when you slide your slide back, you're going to flip this lever. And there you go. Now you have disassembled and reassembled your Beretta 92 FS. The only step that we're missing is our functions check. So go ahead and flip your weapon to fire. And we're going to pull the trigger. You can cock the hammer back if you want to as well. Then you should hear a click. This time, you're going to hold the trigger down when you pull it and then rack the slide and release it. Then you should hear a soft clunk. And then you're going to pull the trigger again for a click, and then reset your trigger if you need to. This is a double action, single action pistol. I actually don't believe that I had to do that, but it's still good practice anyway. So now go ahead and put your weapon on safe. And that's it. That is how you disassemble, reassemble, and perform a functions check on your Beretta 92 FS pistol. Thank you so much for joining me on the channel today. If you liked the video, please like, subscribe, comment, and share. I know I need an intro. I'm working on trying to find an editing app or an editor. If you guys know anybody that does that, that would be great. Help me out a lot. I just need an intro or an outro. And that's it. Thank you guys so much for joining. I hope you all have a great day.